What's up, dudes? Samir here from the Activated Soul Life, and I just wanted to share something. Um, yeah, I felt like I just want to share something important to me during this process of working through my emotions. Is this like idea of faith? This idea of believing that something that you don't have yet is possible to have, possible to achieve, possible to get to. And I was hanging out with a good friend of mine today, and one of the conversations was, you know, like, is it ever possible to have a perfect balance between feminine energy and masculine energy? Or, in layman terms, is it ever possible to have a perfect relationship with the opposite sex? Or your partner, if it's same sex? And pretty much he didn't really believe in it. And and for me, like, even though my life is not perfect, that is totally obvious, and that I'm not even in a relationship right now. Like, I'm beginning to believe that it can be perfect eventually, and like we have to have faith in that. Otherwise, we'll never pursue it. We'll never pursue the possibility that I could feel perfectly about another person emotionally. I can love them so perfectly that it allows the relationship to be perfect, where there is no argument, where there is no pain or suffering associated with a relationship. But I feel like that's only possible when we try to reach perfection, emotional perfection. And I think that can only happen when you try to find out the loving feeling about everything, when you try to be perfect in love. Um, and that's hard to conceive of. I have no idea what that looks like, what that's going to feel like, but I know what it doesn't feel like. It doesn't feel like when I expect my partner to do anything, when I expect her to be a certain type of person. It doesn't feel like when I'm afraid to share myself or afraid to have fun and express myself like a child would. It doesn't feel like when I'm angry, when I'm frustrated with my partner, when I'm frustrated with myself. I know what it doesn't feel like. And I feel like if we just keep on working through what it's not supposed to feel like and releasing these things, we get closer to what it can feel like and what it will feel like and what it will look like. And and obviously I have so much more work to do, but I've kind of felt it in small areas of my life. I say small, but maybe they're large, but like to release anger to my father was almost like releasing anger towards myself. And to be able to look at my father without the anger being there, I already feel closer. I also have less expectations of him. Like, I allow him to be exactly who he is, just a little bit more. Like, it's okay that he is who he is. But I couldn't perceive that feeling, what it feels like to be okay with how someone else is, no matter how they are. I couldn't perceive that until I got rid of the emotion. And if I can do it with one area of my life and with one subject and with one person and with one emotion, then I can logically do that with absolutely every unloving emotion within me. Any unloving desire, intention, belief, feeling within me, like, if I've experienced releasing one of them bodily, emotionally, then wouldn't it make sense that I could do it with all of them? I mean, I gotta believe it. I gotta believe that perfection is possible. And I don't think perfection means you stop growing. I think that's like the beginning of growing. And the only reason why I think that, and it makes sense to me, is, well, a couple of reasons. I mean, there's sacred geometry. Have you guys seen sacred geometry? It's the shapes in geometry that every level of existence seems to be using to evolve itself, to grow, to whatever, and it's geometric in nature. And there's, I forget what the shape is called, but there's this perfect shape, and they only know of one, that is in total equilibrium with itself, meaning it's in perfect balance. Meaning at any level that you poke it, the other parts are supporting it, and nothing can break this geometrical shape. Um, and it's also the only shape that can grow infinitely upon itself without any error, meaning without anything going wrong in the evolution, because it's such a perfect shape that it's the perfect foundation for more complexity, for more diversity. And I kind of feel like that's what it's going to be like with growing in love. Like, there will be a point where we can grow perfectly in love. And that's the beginning of evolution. That's the beginning of growth. It's the beginning of growth without suffering. It's the beginning of growth without anger and pain. Becomes permanently a joyful process of learning more truths about the universe, but feeling perfectly about it. Meaning, I don't have pain when something goes wrong. I don't have pain when someone leaves me. I don't have pain when these things happen, because I have love in me. That's what makes this process so fun, is I feel like it's possible. Just like Steve Jobs felt like this iPhone that I'm using is possible. Someone had to have faith that it's possible. And you and me, we can have faith that we can become perfect in nature. Someone has to have faith in that. Thanks for listening, guys. Appreciate it. Much love. Um, you can ask some questions down there, add to the conversation. Whatever, just ask me some questions. You can email me at theactivatedsoul@gmail.com, or you can visit my website at theactivatedsoul.life. Share some love. If you feel like you want to have a one-on-one conversation about, bettering your emotional state, or getting some feedback on where your life is in terms of emotions, and how you can change the circumstances in your life, you can go ahead and go to theactivatedsoul.life/work with me. Yeah, sign up. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I am. Thanks. Peace out, guys.